100 years ago today, he revealed some secrets of space that no scientist believed at the time. But today, 100 years later, modern science has proven that theory to be true. He was exactly that much of a genius. He used to say, "The man who has never made a mistake has never tried anything new." I am talking about the world's greatest scientist, Albert Einstein. He was such a genius that he alone could utilize his brain more than thousands of scientists. The theories that we ordinary people cannot even imagine, he discovered those theories and brought them in a simple language to the whole world. And for this reason, many people believe that Einstein's brain was different from that of ordinary people. Einstein himself knew about this. For this reason, he had stated before his death that no research should be conducted on any of his body parts. But a greedy doctor did not respect this last wish of his, who stole Einstein's brain after his death. He even conducted a lot of research on it, and from that research, some facts about Einstein's brain came to light, which left the scientists stunned. Now the question is, what was so special in Einstein's brain that made him several times more genius than an ordinary person? And why was his brain stolen after his death? March 14th, 1879. Einstein was born in a Jewish family in the province of Ulm, Germany. But at the time of his birth, doctors noticed that Einstein's head was much larger than other babies. They thought this baby might be mentally disabled. His parents also thought the same. Because a normal child learns to speak within 2 to 3 years. But Einstein did not utter a single word for 4 continuous years. One day, while he was having dinner at night, he suddenly said, "The soup today is too hot." Hearing this, his parents were stunned. They were happy, but equally surprised. Then Einstein was asked why he hadn't spoken for so long. Einstein replied, "Everything was fine until now." These strange events of his life did not stop there. Although he was a genius, he could not remember dates and phone numbers. He could not even remember his own telephone number. He used to say, "What is the need to remember something that can be found by searching in a notebook?" However, such a genius person never called himself a genius. He used to say, "I am an ordinary person like you. I am just a little more curious." On April 18th, 1955, Albert Einstein died at Princeton Hospital in America. At that time, a post-mortem was conducted to determine the cause of his death. And the doctor who was conducting this post-mortem, Dr. Thomas Harvey, secretly stole Einstein's brain. Dr. Harvey wanted to know what was in Einstein's brain that made him the smartest scientist in the world. However, within a few days, the hospital authorities came to know about Dr. Harvey's act, and they immediately removed Dr. Harvey from his job. At this time, Dr. Harvey somehow convinced Einstein's son, Hans, to allow research on the brain to uncover its mysteries. After receiving Hans' permission, the long-running research on the brain began. Although he received permission to research the brain, Dr. Harvey faced many problems. First, he lost his job at the hospital. His medical license was also revoked. After that, he regularly had arguments with his wife over this research. Eventually, he also got divorced. At that time, Dr. Harvey decided to make a total of 240 small pieces of this brain and send them to various research centers around the world for study. All research centers were excited to conduct research on the brain of a great scientist like Einstein. This long-term research continued for nearly 30 years. Finally, in 1985, a research paper on Einstein's brain was published. This was the first research paper. Even after this, various research papers continued to emerge over the next 28 years. It was stated that Einstein's brain was quite different from that of ordinary people. The biggest difference they observed was in the Corpus Callosum area of the brain. So let's explain the matter to you in simple language. Our brain is divided into 2 parts. When a thought or idea comes to our mind, that thought is first created in one part of our brain. Then a signal is sent from that part to various organs of the body to complete that task. The left side of the brain controls the right side of our body, and the right side of the brain controls the left side of our body. The left part of the brain assists in speaking, understanding something, solving various problems, and writing. And the right part of the brain assists in various creative tasks, understanding the shape of things, art, music, and all these activities. Now you might be wondering, what is the function of the corpus callosum organ among all this? Suppose you are working on a keyboard or you are doing a task with both hands simultaneously. Now, while working with both hands, or while typing, if you type a wrong word with your left hand, we immediately erase that writing with our right hand. But just now, I told you that the right side and the left side of our body are controlled by two separate parts of the brain. So how did the right hand immediately understand the wrong typing done by the left hand? How did the signal go from the right part of the brain to the left part so quickly? This is exactly where the organ called the corpus callosum works. This corpus callosum organ creates a quick connection between the right part or the left part of the brain and helps in sending signals quickly between the two brains. When scientists researched Einstein's brain, they noticed that this part of Einstein's brain, that is, the corpus callosum organ, was much larger than that of other individuals. As a result, both parts of his brain could exchange signals very quickly. And for this reason, Einstein could do many complex thoughts in a very short time. Besides this corpus callosum organ, the pattern of Einstein's brain was different compared to ordinary individuals. Scientists say that because of this, the flow of neurons in his brain was much better. Higher flow of neurons means that the power to solve various mathematical problems in his brain was much greater. He was so proficient that he could solve all the complex mathematical problems through thought, without any paper or pen. Scientists give one more reason for having more neurons. When the weight of Einstein's brain was measured, it was found to be 1,230 grams. But the weight of an ordinary person's brain is 1,400 grams. Scientists say that the inner lining of Einstein's brain was very thin, which is why there were a higher number of neurons in his brain. But now the question is, was the difference between Einstein's brain and an ordinary person's brain present since his birth, or did this change come after birth? I have already told you in the video that Einstein did not speak for 4 continuous years after birth. However, even after speaking for the first time, he did not like to talk much. He used to remain immersed in his own thoughts. He did not like to memorize anything. He tried to understand things logically. And for this reason, even though he got poor results in all other subjects in school, he scored much higher marks in mathematics and science. At the age of 12, one of his teachers mistakenly left a geometry book at Einstein's house. Surprisingly, Einstein read that book and learned all the theories of geometry within just one day. He had even become a master of calculus and integration mathematics by the age of only 14. He had so much knowledge in mathematics and science that when he raised his hand to ask a question in class, the professors would get nervous, because his questions would put the professors into deep thought as well. Einstein wanted to explain the mystery of this universe with a single formula since childhood, and this was the main goal of his life. At the age of only 26, he published a total of 4 research papers, which stunned the entire world. And that is why he also received the Nobel Prize later. Scientists speculate that Einstein's brain was similar to that of a normal baby at the time of his birth, which developed later. Since childhood, he used to think very deeply to solve various mathematical problems. And this is how his brain started to develop. The brain of this great scientist is still kept safely in many sections at the Mutter Museum in America. Friends, here is a simple question for you from this video. Tell me in the comment box, in which country was Einstein born?